Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Skaglabones back with another video for you. Playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. So as you can tell, I haven't advanced a whole lot since the last time we did our video starting Season 3. But here we are playing Season 3. Figured I'd get back into it. Was a little busy last week with some things. But hopefully get back with you today with a new video. And I decided to make a short little video here going over a new build that I'm trying. I am using, I was using a different version of Blessed Hammer build where I was using Smite instead of Justice. Now Smite, what it does is, talk about this build here just a little bit. Smite, what it does is it smite enemy up to 30 yards away with holy chains that deal 175 weapon damage as holy. The chains break off and strike up to 3 additional enemies with 20% with 20 yards for under 50% weapon damage as holy. Doesn't seem like a lot. It's when you get shatter in there that the holy chains explode, dealing 60% weapon damage as holy to enemies within 3 yards. Now, I don't know how this will work end game, but for right now, for leveling, it's working quite well. So I've been using that for leveling. Its Justice is only 245% weapon damage, and it goes out, and if you have burst, it throws lightning out there. It's not until you actually get cracked that it becomes really useful. That has a 100% chance to split off into 2 smaller hammers that fly out and deal 245% weapon damage as holy. So I was finding Smite is actually hitting more enemies, and it's actually kind of exploding. So it does a decent amount of damage. So we're using that. Now, one thing, if you notice here, I was using Blessed Hammer with Burning Wrath, which I typically use for my leveling just because I can throw a lot out there. But I switched over to Sweep Attack with, you can use either Blazing Sweep or Trip Attack. But I was using a Blazing Sweep. Just because I don't have the bracers that take advantage of trip attack. So the reason is because this shield here, which drops quite a bit in the game, I noticed, has a new legendary affix. So to Denial, they added the legendary affix, and before it was just a normal legendary. They added each enemy hit by your sweep attack increases the damage of your next sweep attack by 33%, stacking up to 5 times. Now, what's really awesome about this shield, and here's where it's going to really come into play in endgame, is when you get Roland's, the Roland set, which is sweep attack or let's see, now I forget, your blessed your shield bash. So Roland's takes effect, it uses either shield bash or sweep attack, and most people weren't using sweep attack. Now if you get the bracers that cause anytime you have an enemy that's stunned, you receive 15% damage reduction for all enemies that are stunned. Using sweep attack with trip attack is going to be really effective for your greater rifts, your higher greater rifts. And this was proven quite a while ago with the old Roland set. Now the new Roland set adds for either your sweep attack or shield bash, it adds up to 500% damage on the second, for 4 items. The first 2 items, what it does is it will reduce cooldown by 1 second every time you use your sweep attack or shield bash for your laws or any of your defensive skills. So any of your defensive type skills, it's going to reduce the cooldown by 1 second. Which will work great for Iron Skin. So Iron Skin will actually be more important with the Roland set. With the new Roland set, you want to use Iron Skin over your Akarat's Champion. So Akarat's Champion is going to work with your Akan set, and your Iron Skin with Steel Skin, which is increased the duration to 7 seconds. That's where you're going to be able to have up Iron Skin all the time, 100% of the time, because as you're using Sweep Attack, you're going to have your Iron Skin up 100% of the time. Now I went and tested it on another character who I was using a Blessed Hammer build because I have Justinian's Mercy. So I'm using Blessed Hammer build, and it works really, really well. Now the other thing is, but I switched over to Sweep Attack temporarily, threw on a Golden Flints, which gives back, for using Sweep Attack, it actually, for everything it gives back Wrath. So if you have the Golden Flints, and you have your Roland's full Roland set, and then you have your Denial, you're going to be taking full advantage of your Sweep Attack. And it's going to be really awesome. It's going to, because not only are you going to add attack speed for every time you use your Sweep Attack, you're going to add 33% more damage times 5. So you're talking about roughly almost 300% more damage to your Sweep Attack on top of your attack speed, your added attack speed, and that 500% attack. So you're getting about close to 700% extra damage if you can stack this the full 5 times. Which, in my opinion, with using the Golden Flints, you can typically keep your Wrath up to 100% if you have up to 100, I should say, not 100%, but you can keep your Wrath pretty close to about 90 almost all the time if you stay with a lot of mobs, which is really what you're going to want to be doing in your Greater Rifts. So you're going to be running into tons of mobs, just jumping right in and just using that Sweep Attack with the Trip Attack, and that will cause, with the proper bracers, which I don't have here, I forget the name of the bracers. There is a set of bracers that for every enemy that is stunned, it adds 15% more damage reduction. So pretty much what you can do is if you jump into big mobs, which about 30 or 40 mobs, you're going to have, especially if you have a lot of all resist, you're going to pretty much become invincible temporarily. So that's really where it's going to come into play pretty good. So as long as you can keep big mobs around you and continually use Sweep Attack, you can keep your Wrath fully regenerated, and you can keep your damage reductions really, really high. And of course, you'll do a lot of damage. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to continue to play with this character. I'm going to also try my regular hardcore character, one of my other core characters that I have the Golden Flints on, and see if I can roll one of these from Kadala. Right now, like I said, I'm only at level 28, so I'm not quite there. Once I get to level 70, I'll let you guys know how it's going. But for right now, I'm finding that the Smite, that using Smite with Shatter, sorry I didn't have it selected, but Smite with Shatter really, really works really well. Now, where I'm going to see that this, where I think that this is going to work really good is instead of using Justice, is using Smite with Shared Fate. Okay, so Shared Fate, the chains bind those, they hit, causing them to share one another's fate. Enemies who share fate will be stunned for 2 seconds if they move 15 yards away from each other. So this is going to be awesome. Smite with Shared Fate on top of Sweep Attack with Trip Attack is going to add to the amount of stunning that you're going to get, on top of the fact that you don't have to hit everybody with your Sweep Attack the first time. You only have to hit one of the guys that you hit with your Smite to really add to the amount of... oh gosh, keep forgetting everything. But to add to your stunning. So the big thing is to be stunning quite a bit of enemies, and that should really work to keep your damage reduction down. Because 15% doesn't seem like a lot of damage reduction until you stack it about... oh. about 8 times, and now you have 100% damage reduction. So that's, like I said, that's in theory, that's how it should work. I haven't had a chance to test it out yet, so we will see. So I'm really glad to see Denial has this new legendary affix, and this, for the Roland set, is probably going to be the best shield that we're going to have. So you heard it here, Scagly Bones. Denial with the Roland set is probably going to be the best shield out there, along with the Golden Flints. Now, there's probably going to be a few other things that you can do, but right now, I believe for the Roland set is probably going to do the most damage. I believe the new Roland set, and I've already looked at the new Roland set because I have a Roland set on one of my hardcore characters that was from Season 2, and the new affixes, the new changes, kick over to all your old gear that you had previously. So what they did is they took it out of your box, mailed it to you, and you had to pull it out, and then you get the new affixes. So I already had 4 pieces of the Roland set. I didn't have the full Roland set. So the only thing is I had a Golden Flints, but I didn't have a Denial. So what I'm going to do is try to roll over Denial. I'm going to try to roll the other 2 pieces of the Roland set, or get 5 pieces and a Ring of Royal Grandeur, and then I will try to come back to you folks and tell you how it does in the Greater Rifts. But I want to finish up my get to 70 in Seasonal Hardcore and see how that goes as well. So once I do that, I'm going to do some testing both ways and really see how Denial works with Golden Flints and Roland set. And hopefully once I find that out, I will be back with you folks, and we should be able to do a pretty short video showing you the amount of damage output that we can get with that combination. So once again, this is Scagly Bones. I know this was a little short video, but not really any gameplay, but just trying to give you an idea of the next new step that we should be able to see for topping those leaderboards with the Greater Rifts. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down in the corner, and we'll see you next time.